we have the Mets, right?
Here we go.
The Mets
I'm
are
looking up
going
in
to
the
be
sky.
a dead issue for a couple of years.
Looking up in the sky.
Particularly after they trade Jacob deGrom and they trade
We're
Noah
not
Syndergaard.
trading
Why
our
not?
pitchers. We're
Why
not
not?
trading our pitchers
Look,
because
your
if
team
we
is going
trade
to
our
suck anyway.
if
What's
we
the
trade our
difference?
pitchers, the fans will leave us.
The fans
en
already
masse.
left. What's the difference?
The difference is there literally will be no coming back from that for about 5 years.
Listen,
I
if
mean-
you're trying to rebuild a franchise, what, are you going to let those guys walk for nothing? Because you know the coupons aren't going to pay them.
Now wait a minute. Now here's the thing: we're not talking about a team that was 43 and 100 and something like Baltimore. Despite all of our injuries, despite our dead bats, and some of our middle relief pitching, we won over 70 something games. I'm not hanging my hat on that. Don't chuckle.
This is
Don't
a team
laugh.
that also started off 11-1.
Whoop-de-doo. I mean, teams do that. If one of the things that we've noticed, consistently with the Mets for 4, 5, 6 years, we get some good starts. I've seen 14-6. I've seen 11-1. Somewhere down the line, injuries start happening. Next thing you know, where maybe still in it by All-Star break, but then we usually suffer that really, really, really awful summer, and then next thing you know, we're 3 outs from baseball extinction. It's been happening for years.
Thanks, Tom.
Look, man. No offense, Tom. You're a great pitcher. Don't let the Yankee. Hell, I think he did. Was Glavine? No. It was Leiter that was on the Yankees once, right?
2005.
Yeah, he did better on the Yankees too.
He started
But
his
look,
career
here,
off on the Yankees.
point I'm trying to make. We're not getting rid of Syndergaard. We're not getting rid of DeGrom.
Why the
we
hell
got
not?
we got rid of the pitchers that we needed to get rid of. Matt Harvey, we got rid of him.
Yeah, but
these
he-
guys are
he was-
gonna be our cornerstone 1-2 guys at the
Listen,
top of the
man.
rotation. I'm not gonna
Did
trade
you
these
Did you
guys.
not hear what I just said?
What?
They are going to walk anyway. You may as well get something for them.
What are we going to get? What are we going to get?
Listen,
The ends don't justify the
pitching
means. What do we
is
get?
a premium, particularly of a Jacob deGrom. You might end up with a Miguel Andujar or other fine prospects that the Yankees might
Fine
offer.
prospects, yeah,
Listen, check
fine
this out,
prospects.
Mike.
It's another. It's a guessing game that I don't want to guess wrong on. And knowing the Mets brass, knowing the Mets organization, no, I honestly would think,
So you're
then
just
find a
gonna
way
let
to
them
pay.
walk.
Find a way to pay them,
They're not
or
going to-
then let
listen,
them
man.
walk. Then let them walk. Let them
For
walk.
nothing. For nothing.
We're not gonna get anything.
How do you know?
Because I'm not seeing any prospects or pitchers of any
Listen.
consequence.
Listen, check this out, right? The
What
Yankees have
here's what you do. Here. I'm gonna cut you off. You want to trade pitchers? Like premium pitchers? My speaker's a little but no, don't worry about it. You want to trade premium pitchers? Then fine. Trade them for, I don't know, some type of middle of the road guy or something like that, a known producer, something to that level, and some type of low level prospect that you can bring up eventually. Because I'm not trusting a lot of these prospects. People, pretend that these guys are good and they're not.
You sound like you really come off as
A little gun shy? Maybe?
a Steinbrenner a Steinbrenner follower.
Oh,
Well,
man.
considering
Is Steinbrenner not a winner? I mean, why wouldn't I follow kind of his
but
blueprint?
at this
What the
point,
hell?
the Mets are losing, and they're losing consistently. The idea
So in
would
order
have
to
been
wait, I'm gonna cut you off. You're getting all loud and whatnot. So in order to lose, right, we trade more players, which it results in more losing to lose some more.
Yes.
Oh,
because the
unbelievable.
because you take away, all right, the current players that you have now, and you build a farm system because the Mets have no damn farm system.
For a guy that follows the Yankees,
Are you telling me that Dominic Smith is going to be the cornerstone player? Like, they already have a couple of pieces in place with Michael Conforto and Brandon Nimmo. Now, you need to build yourself an infield. You need a catcher because Darno sure as hell hasn't delivered. And you need some young, cost-controlled pitching because we know for damn sure that nobody Well, not nobody. Nobody in the coupons camp are going to pay for anyone. They already made the damn mistake with Yoenis Cespedes. They're not going to pay DeGrom.
So what's
They're not
the
going
point?
to pay
All right.
You have to trade them for somebody.
So what's the point then in bringing up more prospects? Now, say they get good and they go through arbitration, 23, 24, 25 years old.
They don't
and they
reach
look to get
arbitration until
excuse
they
me.
reach a certain point of
Yeah,
service
that's
time.
right. You're right. My apologies. But say these guys are not flashes in the pan or whatever the case is. They get good quick. Next thing you know, they're looking for money. What's the point of bringing in more guys that are going to learn on the job, gain experience, get good, and then they leave some more? What's the point?
Well, here's the thing. You have a half a dozen years, all right, for these low-level prospects or major league ready prospects even to grow into star players, superstar players even, and maybe, just maybe, you might have a situation on your hands. Do you have very good players, and guess what? You only gave up a DeGrom for him. Now, not that it's saying only DeGrom at this point, but when he's 35 years old and on a new team, and he's pitching to an ERA of 4.5 to 4.7, you could look back and say, damn, we got all these players just for a guy who's going to eventually decline anyway, and is making a whole bunch of money on a different team when we have cost-controlled players that are making a difference, making a contribution, and are great players just for that one piece that we may have regretted a year during the current time, but now in the future looking back, it was a smart damn move.
Well, we'll see. Only time will tell. I'm keeping DeGrom, or at the very least, I'll trade one but keep the other. I'm not getting rid of both of them. The reason here's what it is. I'm gonna point at you. The reason what it is that you want to fleece us. That's what it is. No. You don't want to see the Mets have anything. You can trade one and keep the other.
If the Mets,
because either one of those guys, either one of those guys can command a decent return on
and that's
a trade.
what I'm saying.
All right, but why do I got to get rid of both of them?
I'm not saying to get rid of them in the same damn trade.
Why you lumping them together?
Let's say this. All right. Say this. Like, let's say.
Yeah, simmer down.
Let's say Clayton Kershaw, right, with his bad back and poor playoff performances. All right. Let's say he opts out of his contract. All right, and he gets $300 million from somebody else. Call it the Padres. I don't know.
The Padres don't even spend money like that, so he won't.
We're aware of that, but I'm talking hypotheticals. Now, let's say, all right, now the Dodgers are now in the market for a big time pitcher.
Okay.
You trade Jacob deGrom to the Mets. All right, from the Mets to the Dodgers. You get back a Alex Verdugo. You get back a Julio Arias. One big-time outfielder, one big-time pitcher, a couple of other major league guys who are already there. Chris Taylor or something like that. Bam. All right. Now you have Nimmo. You got Conforto. You got Verdugo in center field. You have a big-time pitcher who's only about 21 years old. All right, who could further develop into maybe the new Clayton Kershaw. And then what you do, you take Noah Syndergaard, right?
Uh-huh. I'm listening. Go ahead.
You trade him to,
because I'm about to debunk this in a little bit. Go ahead.
Let's say.
Go ahead. Hurry up.
Who needs a nice starting pitcher? Let's say the Yankees.
Yeah, I knew this was coming.
Or the Red Sox.
And let's not talk about them.
And then you get a Rafael Devers. You get a Jackie Bradley Jr. You get a Jason Groom, their highly touted prospect pitcher, left-hander. All right, so now you have a bunch of highly touted prospects.
Yeah.
All right, who will pan out into the next core that can drive up excitement for Mets fans.
Potentially.
Because it's always potentially.
Yeah. Now,
go ahead.
All right. Here's what I'm thinking. All right. Now, you've got the organization out there with the Dodgers, right? You got, whomever their pitching coach is, strength and conditioning, things of that nature, the ballpark, the nice weather, different type of media, different type of atmosphere. When guys come to New York, there is a different level of expectation, even on the bad team, a.k.a. my poor Mets. All right? We're talking about different dimensions now.
But then
we're talking
also talking about We're also talking about young players.
All right, but I
Where-
mean,
where-
you're talking also about a field that doesn't cater to hitters. All right, this is why I also want to keep the pitchers. All right, you got guys that know about the dimensions of that ballpark. Still, it's still not an easy place to hit home runs. Guys still like to hit the long ball. You gotta hit in that stadium in order to really get your home run totals up and things of that nature. And, suffice to say, I didn't see anybody even on the Mets this year that even batted anywhere near 300. So our batting right now is, subpar to me. I can't tell you, I don't even know who hit over 20 home runs on my team. I don't think anybody did. To be honest with you, yeah, bring it up, check. Because I don't even think anybody hit over 20 home runs. Now, the last time I saw that was when we first opened the stadium, and we only had 95 home runs collectively. And I mean, to tell you the truth, that was by far worse than the usual two teams that don't hit a whole lot of home runs. Back then, that was the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Rays.
Now let's put it this way, right?
So I'm gonna trade my pitchers, right, for guys who may not be able to hit in my field. Okay,
David Wright just retired.
God bless him.
Okay, respect with the 5 as
instead of the 2
in place of the S.
Yeah, our Derek Jeter, although he stands alone as a a noble man in his own right, a gentleman, and a class act all the way through. Shouts to David Wright.
You need a new face of the franchise.
We're not
sure as hell ain't gonna be Cespedes.
Cespedes is done for anyway. Cespedes got his $54 million in his last 2 years.
100 plus.
No. Wait.
It was a 5-year deal.
Yeah, but can't the
he's not opting out. We know that.
All right. So, all right. The point I'm trying to make, though. Maybe we don't need a face of the franchise. That's for your Yankees, and even your Yankee guys, right? I mean, yeah, they use a combination of Judge and Stanton. The face of our franchise,
sure as hell ain't Stanton.
Here, the face of our franchise, and this is the thing that you're not understanding. The face of our franchise is our pitchers. We're always promoting our pitchers. We've been doing that since Matt Harvey. It's our pitching. It's Syndergaard. It was DeGrom. It was Wheeler. It was Harvey. It was those guys. That's our strength. That's what guys are showing up for. Our fans are showing up for these days. They know our hitting is average at best, mediocre at best. Because really, all we've had as a constant in terms of home run power in the last 3 years was Cespedes. I wish we would have
hit 28 home runs this year.
Okay, that's good. Was he healthy? Because sometimes that's the thing.
He hit 243.
Yeah, I can't go for that.
Played 153 games, so he was healthy.
All right, yeah, but that 243 batting average, But going back to the guys that we have, if all we have is Conforto in terms of power, and sometimes Cespedes because he's a little top heavy and he's getting injured constantly. What can we really lean on our bats? I mean, thank goodness we are in the NL. Where we need to be pitching. Pitching is what is going to carry you, further to me these days than the hitting, because I don't really see a whole lot of great hitters anymore anyway. Gone are the days of 5 and 6 guys on a team, NL or AL, hitting over 300. Guys are striking out more than they used to. Guys aren't as patient at the plate. I don't know what it is.
Bottom line it for me. I
keep the pitching because in the event that, pitching for me, and when it comes to baseball, is like defense. Defense wins ball games, right? I feel like in the long run, if you're going to go deep into the playoffs, you need great pitching. Great pitching, I think, beats everything.
You need bats to keep.
Bottom
line it for me. So when it comes time for these guys to hit free agency, you're just gonna let them walk.
I'm not gonna let them walk. I told you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep one and let go of the other because
neither one of those guys are gonna be kept for the amount of money they're gonna command.
Then I'll tell you what. Then we're gonna give away. Then we got to give away some pieces and we got to give away some bats or try to find some bats that we can get rid of because I need pitching. I want pitching.
These dudes.
I gotta keep at least. I gotta keep a top of the order guy.
The Wilpons are not going to pay for them.